BNB, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for the reversal, and this is what we get. Anyway, we didn't have any update, and no one see what's the next. All right, if we put this top in relative to the previous one, the first things we see, if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. All right, that's why we need to be quite careful because we need to see the breakout of the previous top, which is around around 379. Okay, maybe put it here. The highest price was somewhere around 380. We need to see the breakout of 380, even if the price tagged, but there was no continuation. Okay, and the only thing is we're looking at this correction, whether we call it this one as a flat and this is the one is going to tag. Okay, because at that times we can expect the price to drop, or we call this one as a bigger correction. We are not looking for sell, we're looking for buy. Anyway, we start with higher time frame. If we move to 4 daily chart, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for this correction, and when we have been looking for the reversal, the ways reversing is really corrective, because we mentioned we want to see the breakout of 440. Okay, that's why if we get any trade set up for buy, we are more interested to look for. But the only thing is I need to highlight, if I just change this one, the only thing is we need to see the breakout of the previous top, which is we mentioned we need to see the breakout of 380. One things we need to highlight, I need to highlight here. If we want to buy from here, we need to see the continuation as a sharp move. If it turns to a corrective move, we can expect this one turn to a correction relative to this. That means this one can turn to a really big move. Okay, that's why whoever get the trade within this move, they need to be really careful. I mean, at least book some profit. And even if we wants to buy at this top, we need to be quite careful. We need to see the confirmation with the breakout of the previous top. If not, this one can tend to bigger correction as the three waves, the first three waves for the price to drop. Okay, I don't mean the price is going to drop. The only thing is we need to be aware of this. Okay, then can we buy at this top? All right, because if I mean when I say the top, I mean here based on 1 hour chart. That's why if we wants to look for buy, the best thing is if we get the price turn to a deeper move, it can give us better confirmation. Because if we wants to buy at the top, simply the price can tag and drop, and even we see the divergence. Okay, the best things, either we wait for the deeper correction before we take the trade, or we see the breakout of 380 as a short move, then the next flag we take the trade. Okay, again, we can have entry above this, which is 380, but is really risky. It depends on the traders. Okay, one of the options is to have entry above this in case the price sharply continue from here. But what we want the price sharply break and continue with the price tag. We see it's not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. Okay, but having entry above this is really risky. That's why if we want to look for buy, either we wait for the deeper correction, then from there we look for trade, or we wait for the continuation and breakout of this top and confirmation about the previous one, then any flag from there we take the trade. Because I mentioned based on the bigger picture, maybe this one can turn to a correction in relative to the previous one for price to give us one more drop. Okay, that's why whoever get the trade, first things, I mean, whoever get the trade from this move, the first things they should start to book some profit. And if he wants to look for next trade, I mentioned having entry above this, if traders, they know how to manage and they can take the risk. All right, anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.